Hello everyone, this is Jack and this is my Terrablox devblog. I missed last week's devblog because, well, one, I was taking part in a GMC jam, so it was pushed back to Tuesday. And then when I tried running it, I realised that on updating Studio, it just seemed to break the game. The thing that loads the trees, they're sort of stored in a global array, and for some reason, only the first entry was getting read properly. Everything else was just broken, so it could only create the first tree, which is rubbish. But I reverted back to an older version, and I'll try another way of fixing that later. It was just annoying me so much that I just left it. But this one, because I'm on the old version, it works, and I'm going to show you more things to do with the terrain, because I've actually got it so you can merge two height maps together now, and I'll show you how that, what that can actually do and what it looks like. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to show you the images I'm loading to into the game. So the first one I'm going to be loading is just a basic gradient circle, and this will basically just form a big, almost perfect island. And the reason I'm using this as a base is because you can apply any height map to that and it will always be an island. So as you can see, it's just a big circle and it still wraps nicely. So here we go, we'll just get up here. So yeah, there's nothing special about it, just a big circle. And what we're going to do is apply just a random height map to it, just a valley, which I'll show you. So we're going to load this height map onto it. So as you can see, it's just like a big valley going down the middle with lots of little tributaries and stuff. I don't know if the tributaries will actually show up, but okay, so it does it here. So we just have a function here to read a bitmap file, which is that. Bitmaps are easy to read because they're not compressed or anything. It's just all the data is just there. You can just read it, and it's really quick. So that's what we've done for the circle. So now we're going to do it with the valley, and we're going to multiply these together with that. I haven't actually got my own function to do that yet. I usually have all these functions called tgen, which is terrain generation, and they do stuff. Actually, what tgen fit does is if you get data from like your final height map after you've done like stuff like this, like random stuff, tons of that to it, and it doesn't actually fit into the 3D space, you just run this and it will make it fit. It will scale it all down nicely and make it fit. So this is just taking those two height maps, putting them together, and we get a result. It's not going to look pretty, I'll tell you that now. It's because we're not doing any sort of smoothing on it. So it should be this jaggedy terrain, but you'll still see that it's reading the height map. It will look like a mess, I'll tell you that, but okay, I'm actually trapped now. Hold on, let me get out of here. See, over here that you can see the valley. Okay, so there's the valley. It's there, and it's still an island. Like, we haven't got the mountains that are on the side of the height map or anything like that. So if we go back to looking at the valley, here we go. So it has mountains up here, but we don't see them because our circle only encompasses this area. Okay, so what we can do to fix that map is I have this function just called tgen Gaussian, and that will just smooth whatever's there. And it's just blurring it by like a scale of 4, so it looks 4 pixels or 4 cells to each side and blurs it that way. And this will just instantly fix the map. So even if you don't, because you can fix the image itself to make it work, and you can get better effects that way. Because if it's too jaggedy, it will just come out weird. But as you can see, look, it's nice and smooth now. There's no water here, but that's a different issue. But yeah, we've got an island with mountainous terrain in it. And it looks really nice. Oh god, I will fix that. I'll fix that little issue where you get stuck. Eventually. I just don't have much time on my hands. But yeah, that's pretty much the general idea of being able to make your own terrains. Oh, I also turned off the biome stuff for this because I didn't want to spend too much time today on this. But what I will do is I'll grab a couple more height maps to test out, and I'll show you them. So I'll just do that now. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is, again with the gradient circle, I'm going to try opening this map and see what happens. So I haven't tried this yet. This is my first time opening this map. I just grabbed these things off the internet, scaled them down to 256 to make them fit the map, and we're just going to run them. So hopefully it works, because then it will just show how easy it is to do this. So, new game. Okay, so it looks good. It should be an almost symmetrical map, because one of them's a circle, one of them's made up of squares. I don't know if we actually be able to see much here. Okay. So yeah, that looks pretty symmetrical. So if that's what you wanted for a map, you could easily get that. Okay, so let's try another one. I've got a couple here. So other than the gradient circle, we've also got... Okay, I'm going to try loading this thing. That. So I'm going to replace the circle with this, because this looks pretty cool. And I've got this weird thing here, which is just tons of wiry bits. So I'm going to combine those two together, and that should be a matter of just saying... Oh wait, that's not a capital. Okay. And wires. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. You'll be able to do this externally if you want to sort of create your own map layout. Okay. Ooh. Gonna say that load. Okay, there we go. That looks interesting. Get up there. Okay, let's just follow this, because I don't... So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I've loaded this map. I haven't tested them yet. Here's a nice high point. Let's get into that. So... I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, you can pretty much put any sort of height map in there, and as long as you do the blur, they should auto fix themselves. If you don't want them fixed, then just take the blur off, and it sort of could work. Like in the early days when I was using height maps, in the first few videos, that was me actually fixing up the image to work. So if you wanted to do that, you can. The way I've done that was pretty much just apply contrast to it and try not to make, and blur it a little bit, so that there's smooth transitions between each pixel next to each other, so that they don't go up too much, or they don't vary too much. Because otherwise it's like the map you saw at the beginning of this video is just everywhere and you can't even walk on it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have in mind for designing your own maps. I think it's pretty cool. And it will lead to better design for actual gameplay, which, you know, like I said, for the first type of gameplay that it will be like base defense sort of thing, so map design is pretty important for that. I think this just wraps again, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I think that's cool. So I think that's it for this week. I don't know what I'll do next week. I'm not going to promise anything. I have very little time, but I'll come up with something. So, but thanks for watching this video, and goodbye.